Welcome to the Living in Utah live question and answer session here on Thursday evening. I try to be here every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and 7 p.m. Pacific Time if you're joining us from the California coast or the Washington coast. I'm always curious, where is everybody joining us from this evening? I've had some interesting locations. So a couple weeks ago, I had Finland and Algeria. So great. You know, when I started this whole YouTube channel, I never would have thought that I actually receive emails and phone calls and people joining me from all around the world. And it's definitely been was a surprise. I was assuming, the usual California, Washington, Texas, Arizona. I was kind of thinking along those lines, not from overseas, but it's been great. It's been great. So I really enjoy keeping up on world news and everything like that. So it's great having people talk to people from other countries and other economies and ways of life. It's great. So in the state of Utah this week, as far as weather goes, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. It was a little bit cooler, 60s, 70s earlier in the week. Today, boom, straight up to 90 degrees. So it's supposed to cool off, though, a little bit for the weekend here, back into the 70s for a couple of days. So that's kind of typical of May. It'll maybe get some higher temperatures and then cool off a little bit as weather fronts come through, et cetera. They're hoping throughout this weekend we might get a little bit of rain. So it's much needed in the state of Utah. We are in a drought situation. So it is much needed. Okay. So in the news, I had a couple things that piqued my interest, one locally and one nationally. If you're familiar with the Rockstar Energy drink company, their founder, the person who is in control of Rockstar Energy, they set a record and they purchased a home here in Utah for $39.6 million. Yes, almost $40 million home. His name is Russell Weiner. He's a billionaire and he created Rockstar Energy. And the home is the Colony at White Pine Canyon. It's in the Park City area. So very exclusive area. But the deal sets a new record for the most expensive home sold in Utah. The previous mark was set by Trevor Milton, who spent $32.5 million on a ranch in Oakley. This particular home, if you were curious, is 17,500 square foot. You can actually ski in and ski out. Has 6 bedrooms, a bowling alley, indoor sports court, golf simulator, just about everything you could imagine. Of course, for $39.6 million, I would expect it to have everything. But those homes where you can ski and ski out, I mean, that's nice. That's lottery winning dreams for myself here. But I would love to have a home in that area that I could ski and ski out. Oh, that would be fantastic. But look at $39.6 million. I'd have to hit for $100 or $200 million to afford that. But very, very nice. Very, very nice home. So great for them and great for the state of Utah, though. So, people. Another article. And this is on national news. This is a national deal. I produced a video probably about a month ago, 8 weeks, on how corporate America, what I call corporate America, was getting into the rental business, home rental business, going around the country, buying up single-family homes, turning them into rentals. And there's a lot of large companies doing this, large. Well, guess who is in the game now. Goldman Sachs. So a Goldman Sachs backed fund, they bought an entire Florida neighborhood. Not joking. An entire Florida neighborhood. $45 million. I guess they want to get in the rental business. The community consists of 87 single-family homes. It is in Palm Bay, Florida. So when I said that the big boys, the Wall Street boys, were in the rental business, they are in the rental business. And this is just one example of what I call Wall Street money. Get into the home business. And I think it's sad. Some people think, well, they have a right to own rentals. Yes, 100%. Typically what they're buying is they're buying starter homes in price points that are very popular with most buyers in whatever state they go to. That means that it makes it tougher and tougher for the first-time home buyer, your middle-income families, to purchase a home, because they're coming in like they did here, $45 million. They can come in on a deal and go all cash, close in 3 to 7 days. We don't need an inspection. We don't need an appraisal. So that takes one more home out of the pool for what I call the American home buyer. So the pool is shrinking. And I think if it continues this way, I really worry about the long-term future on American home ownership. I think we will see more people renting than purchasing. And this is one of the reasons. There's something else that is in the news that I want to bring up a little bit as when I look towards the future. It was released, new home starts across the United States. It was released, I believe, last week, down 16% from, I believe, April of this year compared to April of last year, down 16%. Why is that a concern? One of the issues we have in this country, I want to talk about the United States, is a lack of housing. And some of it stems back from the 08, 09, 2010 time period. Home builders struggled and they were not building homes. In the United States, we have to build X amount of homes per year just to keep up with the demand. Every year, there's new people trying to get into the home purchase business. And that will not change. So when homes weren't being built, we were short homes, and we were finally paying the price for that over the last 2, 3, 4 years. That's why one of the reasons supply has been very low and demand high. Well, anyway, supply low. There's other reasons why we had high demand, but like low interest rates. But why it's a concern is if we go into a recession, if these numbers continue at where new home starts are declining and continuing to decline, and we are not cranking out those homes, we will pay the price in future years. We'll have low inventory, and you just can't make those numbers come back online quick. You just can't produce a home in a day or 2 days. So I worry about the long term, which could mean higher prices further down the road, possibly would price even more people out of the home market. So we'll see how it goes. This is the early stages. This is the first set of numbers really that showed new home starts down. We'll see how it goes throughout the summer. But if we go the next 6 to 7 months with new home starts declining, and we go into next year and maybe the following year, I think down the road, 8, 9, 10 years down the road, we'll pay the price for it. And mostly it's going to be in lower inventory and higher prices. And fewer people being homeowners. So, where some people say, well, Mike, you have a vested interest in that because you sell homes. That's true. But deep down inside, I mean, we've all got families and relatives and kids and grandkids, and I'd like to see everybody in the country have the opportunity to be a homeowner. So, long beyond my lifespan that I'm going to be here for. So, any questions this evening? It's a quiet evening. Not many people out there. Must be out there enjoying the weather. Maybe out of town for the holiday weekend. I personally am not heading out of town, so I have some babysitting duties this weekend. I have relatives heading out of town, so we have to look at their animals. So we will have a rabbit, a cat, and a dog. So my house will be full. So, yes, that will be for well over a week. We'll see how next Thursday goes with producing my live show, because the animals will be living downstairs here. So, yeah, it might be interesting, but we'll see how it goes. Any questions this evening before I call it an evening? And I released a new video today, Death of the Bidding Wars. I quite enjoyed that video. So hope everyone else did also. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, you can always reach me by email, text, phone call, and I will hope everybody has a great holiday weekend. Stay safe out there. Take care. Be safe on the roads. Thank you. Good night.